You know, genuinely, I did just want to chill this stream. Maybe catch up on editing all the other segments that I've planned for y'all. Unfortunately, new horrors out of Tennessee just dropped. I know that a couple streams ago, we did cover the drag ban that is currently threatening the queer lives of residents within Tennessee. But it gets worse. Oh boy, it gets worse. The Tennessee House just passed a bill completely gutting marriage equality. The bill could allow county clerks to deny marriage licenses to same-sex, interfaith, or interracial couples in Tennessee. The Tennessee House of Representatives has passed a bill that would allow people to refuse to perform a marriage if they disagree with it. According to the bill, which passed Monday night, a person shall not be required to solemnize a marriage if the person has an objection to solemnizing the marriage based on the person's conscience or religious beliefs. I need to organize my thoughts a little bit with this because there's no shortage of issues and things I would like to address regarding this bill. The first thing that comes to mind, of course, as many people have pointed out, is the pick-me gay crowd, the conservative gay crowd that was standing rank and file with every reactionary regarding trans issues, standing rank and file with their genocidal rhetoric, otherizing them, and are now reaping what that rhetoric has sown. We'll be talking about them. The bill now moves to the state Senate. It's the last in an onslaught of measures that the Tennessee legislature has passed attacking LGBTQ rights. This bill could also apply to couples where at least one partner is transgender or mixed race couples. That's right. We're doing the 1900s all over again, boys. Are y'all ready for this? We did it. We're making America great again. This is how I learned about it on twitter.com, the hell site. Tennessee House passed a bill not requiring anyone to solemnize a marriage if they disagree with it. Upon looking at this image, I was like, surely there has to be more context within this bill. It can't just be this, right? Well, don't worry, y'all. Here, we have the language of the bill. And of course, I'm scrolling around trying to see if there's more pages. No, it's just this one paragraph. As vague as you can make it, cast as broad of an umbrella as you can to harm the most amount of people. This is tried and true, reactionary, and I will say it, fascist rhetoric. A person shall not be required to solemnize a marriage if the person has an objection to solemnizing the marriage based on the person's conscience or religious beliefs. Section 2, this act takes effect upon becoming a law, the public welfare requiring it. That's it. We are now back in the 1900s. I'm going to need something a little bit more stronger than that to get through this. Tennessee law already says that religious leaders do not have to officiate weddings if they object to it. Critics say the new bill goes beyond that and would empower county clerks to refuse to certify marriage licenses. That's right. Even if, let's say, your marriage is valid under the eyes of white baby Jesus, right? You could take that certificate to the county clerk, and the county clerk can say, no. Of course, reading this now, my question would be if there's any little punks in the county clerk offices who object to this, who start denying heterosexual marriage licenses. That would be a funny get, right? You think they would change or completely destroy this legislation at that point? Marriage equality is technically the law of the land thanks to the Respect for Marriage Act, which President Joe Biden signed in December. But Tennessee's bill exploits a major loophole in that law. Critics had long warned that the Respect Marriage Act did not go far enough. The bill had been amended during the debate process to say that religious organizations do not have to marry same-sex couples, and the law does not require states to actually issue same-sex marriage licenses. This is going to be a big fucking problem because inevitably this is going to the Supreme Court, and I guarantee you Amy Coney Barrett, Kavanaugh, and honestly, the rest of every other reactionary Supreme Court justice, but I repeat myself, is on board with this legislation already and can use this loophole and codify that. This is terrifying. And again, this is not just about trans people. This is not just about queer people too. This is interfaith. This is interracial. You know, there's a lot of Catholic-hating Republicans and reactionaries. Catholics tend to be a little bit more open-minded, a little bit more revolutionary, I dare say. This applies across the board with all religions. You in the most reactionary state, which soon, again, my genuine prediction is that when this hits the Supreme Court, this is just going to be the new code within America. What do? We'll be talking about that. One moment. Do you want to play right now, baby? It's a bad time. Bad time to be playing with your baby. Go get it. Sorry about that. Anger, frustration, violent rage, I dare say. This latest bill was passed alongside another measure that would require drag artists to obtain a permit from the government in order to perform. I didn't even know that it was drag artists needing to obtain. We covered this on stream. I didn't know that the legislation was, if you are a drag performer, you have to go to the state and get a permit. Holy shit. Every queer person, everyone that wears makeup now just has to go out and be like, "Hey, please, can I step outside? Can I go to a bar, please?" Christ. Both come just days after Governor Bill Lee signed 2 new laws, one banning drag performances in public and another banning gender-affirming care for minors. Oh God. Okay, so we got kids killing themselves. We've got no interracial marriage. We've got no interfaith, no same-sex marriage. We've done it, guys. We've made America great again. Holy shit. I don't know. This is genuinely terrifying. We'll be talking about my recommendations moving forward from here, but it is nothing hopeful. The Human Rights Campaign slammed Tennessee's ongoing obsession, and it is genuinely an obsession. Have you all seen those posts of people trying to clock cis women and saying, "Oh God, I don't know. I look at every woman's throat now. Oh, I look at every woman's crotch now. I look at their shoulders and I can't tell anymore." It's genuinely, these people are unwell. Excuse me for engaging in a little bit of ableism here, because boy, oh boy, conservatism genuinely is. It is brain rot. It is a brain disease, a neurological disorder. The Human Rights Campaign slammed Tennessee's ongoing obsession with anti-queer legislation. Instead of focusing on the issues that Tennesseans actually care about, more like Tennesseans, am I right? Radical politicians are wasting their time and using their power to target the queer community. HRC legal director Sarah Warbelow said in a statement, "These bills are not about protecting children, and they are not about religious freedom." Of course, yes, unquestionably. These bills are in fact about killing children and are about the exact opposite of religious freedom, religious persecution, I dare say. They are about stripping away the basic human rights that queer people have fought for decades and labeling us as dangerous. Supporters of Tennessee's bills and dozens of other similar ones. Oh God, there's more? No. What else? We got the Missouri sports ban. I don't know if we covered that yet. Birth certificate restriction. Great. We're doing the UK Part 2 Electric Boogaloo. Incredible. We're seeing this all over again. Y'all ready for the sequel? Jesus. Virginia gender-affirming care bans. 21 or 18 and under. They really want kids to kill themselves. Iowa, don't say trans. Iowa, don't say gay or trans. Tennessee, anti-trans, anti-drag ban. Tennessee, gender-affirming care ban. South Dakota, gender-affirming care for trans youth ban. This was all on January 31st. February 1st, Tennessee, gender-affirming care ban. New Hampshire, gender-affirming care ban. New Hampshire, legal definition of sex. Yeah, really great. Oh, God. You know what? I'm so glad that the small government Republican cucks, are allowing the government to start defining words. That's incredible. Oh boy, I really love this. Hold on, I need to hack into the mainframe. We're in. Supporters of Tennessee's bills and dozens of other similar ones moving through the state's legislatures across the country say their main goal is protecting children. Oh God, I'm so tired. I am actually so tired of talking about this. It's going to kill so many kids. It's going to kill so many kids. The people who are voting for this, the senators, the local electors who are writing this legislation and are putting it through, will wind up with dead kids, unquestionably. Bad time, handsome. It's okay. Hey, come here. It's okay. I feel bad. I don't want to get mad at him for playing. Hold on. Trans people and drag performers have become a particular target for Republicans and right-wing extremist groups who accuse them of being pedophiles. But all these bills do is vilify queer people, including children, and expose them to more violence. Yeah. God, there's no shortage of things to talk about with this. Firstly, let's address TERFs. Let's talk TERF for a moment, okay? Or the pick-me-gay crowd. Because I've seen no shortage of responses like this. And excuse me for pulling up a tweet with like one like, but genuinely, this is all over fucking Twitter. You know, we have this, centrist Andy over here saying, and still, kind of cheekily pointing out that say, Trump applauds poll showing 45% support among gay men. Okay. As leftists, we are all about reformation, okay? This is the same energy. Having that attitude is the same energy as looking at Texas when they were going through the snowstorm in which thousands of people died. It's looking at East Palestine and saying, oh, you reap what you sow, when, soon that place is so toxic. They're God willing, they are going to be growing a West Palestine here soon, It is not, genocide is never okay. Hey, we're all going to be in the death camps together, and giving a little, nudge to your buddies sucking on the same Zyklon B gas. I mean, hey, I'm glad that you get your little digs in where you can, right? But instead of, hey, here's a grand idea, okay? Instead of saying fuck you and further distancing these people who would be your comrades, maybe, hey, let's not do that. Let's work together, all right? That's step one, is talk to your neighbors, have them know your interests and your needs, get to know their interests and their needs, because shit's gonna hit the fan real fucking quick from here. I guarantee you, we are going to be seeing a Supreme Court case out of this within the next year, if that. It's so disheartening. I look at countries like France, in which a couple workers are disenfranchised, or the retirement age is raised by a couple years, and there are protests in the street for years. Americans are we are so content with our jalapeno poppers and our Denny's, all right? Hey, I gotta have my fucking Grand Slam. And just the constant consumption that we refuse to work together. And it's all about getting your little jabs in, your little cheeky jabs in on twitter.com, the hell site. Hey, we're all going to the same death camp, but I got a nice little ratio, right? It's so infuriating. So on the topic of what we can do, it's not happy. Of course, as we always say on the show, talk to your neighbors. Get to know your neighbors. When shit hits the fan, they are the only ones who are going to have your back, and you are the only ones that are going to have theirs. Outside of that, make sure your passport is up to date. Start saving money. Arm yourself to the teeth if possible. The SRA is an incredible group, depending on your city. I had a good time with it in Austin. A lot of them are just Marxist-Leninist and Maoist performers, little LARPers, But either way, it's a really good idea to, at least if anything, start building a little coalition group. Arm yourself, know how to use guns, okay? Make sure your passport is up to date. You will probably need to be traveling here soon, and start saving a lot of money. I moved out across the states to Oregon from Texas right after the snowstorm, in fact. And I think that was conservatively maybe some $10,000 to $12,000. I wanted to move pretty comfortably too, but if you don't have pets, if you don't have kids, if you can just pack up and move, just throw shit in your car, start planning for that, okay? Genuinely, I don't mean to be overly reactive to this, but this will inevitably hit the fan. We are seeing this state by state, in states that would normally even be blue. This is going to be the law of the land moving forward here soon, so just start preparing. Maybe we can join Vitor in Brazil, right? I'm disheartened. I know during the last stream I said, and I will continue to say during this stream, that I'm exhausted talking about this, but ultimately, throughout this, more or less, I might maybe be okay, but I can't even fathom what it's like to be queer, or what it's like to be genderqueer or trans. Well, I can't imagine what it's like to be genderqueer because I am. What it's like to be trans within America or within the world right now. This is generally all around bad, and it's only getting worse. I don't know if anyone has anything else to add, but yeah, maybe from Texas, but I'm not in Texas anymore. I disavow. I'm not part of it. Move if you can, get the fuck out while you can. I'm telling you, this is inevitably going to hit the Supreme Court. We'll keep seeing the rolling back, as it was predicted, a year ago with the retraction of Roe v. Wade. We will continue to see the rolling back of human rights, as I warned about on stream, and people called me fucking loony. I had reactionaries in chat who I petted, right? Pets of the stream, who called me fucking loony because I said, oh, next they're going to be coming after gay marriage. Next they're going to be coming after interracial marriage. Here we fucking are, y'all. I don't have anything else to add to this other than disgust, a lack of shock, genuinely, and exhaustion. No, we need to make this part of the bit. So, Republicans across the board generally don't vote for reactionary legislation. Republicans do vote for reactionary legislators, and that's what fucks us. These people do not represent us. So that's why, again, when we look at this legislation and we see the response to it, insofar as, oh, Republican gays, you reap what you sow, you deserve this for voting for them. Well, they did vote for these people, but at the same time, they didn't vote for this legislation. More often than not, even though there are turfy gays and everything, more often than not, Republicans or gay Republicans aren't on board with legislation that would ban their marriage, aren't on board with legislation that would ban interfaith or ban trans marriages or ban drag performances or queer inclusive performances. I just quick little add-on. I just feel like it would be very dishonest of me to not throw that in there. Does that make sense? I really wanted to address that. Again, we talked about things that were borderline necessary, but also the rhetoric and how to hopefully maybe coalition build with these groups. I'm not sure how much can really be said, how much coalition building can really be done at this point outside of save money and keep your passport up to date, arm yourself if possible, and leave. It reminds me of the same rhetoric as when Texas had that snowstorm and thousands of people were dying. A bunch of people online were like, ha ha ha, how funny, right? Texans can't drive in snow. Oh, haha, your representatives aren't even in Texas right now. Oh, they aren't even in the United States right now. How funny is that? You all voted for them. But, this isn't even to say, the people who aren't Republicans living in Texas, to laugh at Tennessee as a whole and say, oh, you're a Republican state, you deserve this. Absurdly dismissive. Disrespectfully dismissive. Anyway. Okay. Back to Dark Souls. Hey, thank you so much for watching. If you're so inclined, feel free to like and share the video, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more. If you would like to join chat on stream, go pop on over to twitch.tv/CommieBravo. I hope to see you there.